I'm about that. Cause I'm about that. I'm about that come up, running up on them fools that are talking foolish. Try to get them funds up, killing them mics just like I ran the jewels in. Y'all gonna get done up frontin' on that kid with an attitude, but you can't really blame this motherfucker. He's doing what he had to do. I'm about that cash flipping, I'm getting it on and off the market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of carpets. All about that RIP for all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that finish what I started, I'm about that.
Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride. So high we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride. So high we see the whole city. We own the night.
Know that I'm about it. Want a man I can bring the drama, but it ain't by chance I'm fucking rapping. You don't really want a problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rapping like homie starving. Yeah, y'all gotta ask who the man is. Hope I'm gonna be like, beg your pardon. I'm about that.
Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride. So high we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride. So high we see the whole city. We own the night.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the YSN Power Hour Thursday edition. What the hell you got going on down there, Quinn?
My little depressing box for the day.
Why are you depressed already?
Oh, because I'm just foreshadowing the Browns, that's all.
Do you feel like the Browns are going to – I mean, we'll we got Luke Gyro Walker up there. Instead of Luke Skywalker. All right, let's get to, oh my gosh, what a start already, boys. It is, I don't know how you cannot be happy. It's National Apple Dumpling Day. Are you guys fans of the apple dumpling? It's that time of year, right? Apple dumpling, apple pie, all that stuff. Apple pie, listen, go to the Lisbon Dairy Queen, apple pie blizzard. You're welcome. Mac, apple pie dumpling day, you in?
Sure, but the only time I ever get is at the Canfield Fair, and they kind of hosed me on that this year. Thanks, COVID.
EB, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just excited for Sesame Burger tonight. So I'm with Mac though. Like generally, I get it at the street fair, and we haven't had any fairs, so it's kind of rained on my parade.
Now, is it 100% you have to have ice cream with an apple dumpling, or can you pass on the ice cream?
No, dude,
I don't think I've ever gotten it without the ice cream.
Yeah, you gotta have it. It's like peanut butter and jelly, man. Or I don't know. Like they go hand in hand. How can you get an apple dumpling without ice cream?
I just know that it's scalding hot on the inside of that apple, and it burns the hell out of your tongue, and then you have the ice cream that cools it off, which makes it 10 times worse.
I think it's like cold beer. Like you wouldn't want to drink a warm beer.
I mean, I've never heard
You
anybody
can do
complain
it,
about it.
but you shouldn't do it.
Shouldn't do it. Not a good, not ideal, I guess.
Yeah.
Anthony Romo, we're not talking about beer to you, naturally. We're going to talk about apple dumplings. Your feelings on the apple dumpling day?
I've never had them before.
You've never had an apple dumpling?
Never in my life.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you have a job to do today. Go to Lisbon Dairy Queen and get yourself
an apple pie blizzard.
Might have to.
All right, Quinn, apple dumpling. This has got to make you feel a little bit better. Why do you look like you're in the back of a warehouse and you're, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe this right now.
I'm in the
Leave my
stock
guy
room.
alone.
I'm just in the stock room. I've been banished to the back. That's all.
Who banished you to the back? You walked back there under your
Myself.
own.
I did it to myself.
God. Apple dumpling, yes, no, maybe?
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Gosh. Well, this show is going to be all about the NFL. We're going to go over what games we're going to have on YSN tomorrow night and Saturday night. But this game, or this particular episode, is going to be majority about the NFL picks, because tonight the Battle of Ohio takes place in Cleveland. It's the Browns and the Bengals, and we will start off with that game. Guys, the Bengals a lot to prove, the Browns a lot more to prove. Feeling like this could be a make or break for the rest of the season for Cleveland. How you feeling about this one? We'll start with the guy with the Browns jersey on with the hoodie on top.
Yeah, not positive. Typical Browns move. I don't know. If you're betting on it, take the under because both offenses are absolute trash. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Browns are going to win though, hopefully.
Then why are you so depressed?
Well, why not just get sad now and accept the fact that it might happen? It might be easier. Then I could get surprised.
Oh my gosh. Does anybody have the over/under on this by chance?
43.
3.5 or something.
3.5. 4 for Cleveland.
3.5.
Yeah,
What's the spread?
Minus.
minus 6.
Browns -6.
Yeah.
Okay. Quinn, would you take that bet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Anthony Romo, are you a Browns fan?
Yes.
How you feeling
If
about
I
tonight's
wasn't
game?
freezing, I'd try to squeeze into my Peyton Hillis jersey today, but I had to get with the pullover.
Peyton Hillis.
Yeah,
That is old
Peyton
school.
Hillis or Josh Cribbs. Those are my two kind of.
Is that where you drew the
Childhood
line?
favorites.
That was the last jersey, Browns jersey you were going to buy after those two?
I don't know. I just wasn't really interested in buying jerseys as much as I was when I was younger. Kind of stopped at the age of like 12-ish.
Is that where you're supposed to stop? Because I haven't. I think I'm a little behind the times
I
with
just-
Palestine.
I don't know. I just never really wear jerseys anymore. I'm more of a shirt guy.
Okay. I can respect
Only
that.
to buy Browns jerseys. They get either new jerseys every other year or they get new players.
Well, I've resorted to putting my name on the back of jerseys. If it's not Ben Roethlisberger, it's going to be Yokley on the back with my number. That way I'm safe. That's not a selfish thing. It's just like, listen, if you're paying money for the jersey, you might as well get your number on it. So,
Exactly.
how are you feeling, Romo, about this game tonight?
I'm not. I guess I'm a little bit worried, but even if the Browns were 0-15 heading into this, I'd still have my trust that they could come out with the win. I think the Browns are going to win tonight. I think Nick Chubb's going to have a great night rushing.
So everybody's saying that according to the matchup predictor on ESPN, the Browns have a 62.4% chance of winning, and there is a 0.3% chance of a tie. Do you think that there's a better chance of a tie? Mac, I see you up there. Talk to me about these percentages. Man, I hate this cough. It's driving me absolutely batshit crazy.
If we tie, I'm done. Like I'm almost done. I'm at the edge of like done anyway. Let them tie. I'm done. I won't even say the word Cleveland no more.
I'd rather tie than lose to the Bengals, though.
Oh, Mac's gone. The dog. I saw like the dog, which makes me really jealous because, as Quinn knows, my dog ran off today, just completely gone. Coco opened the door. Dog's gone. See you later. So somewhere in East Palestine is a boxer pit bull mix named Toby that is loving life, just doing his best impression of Ring Around the Rosie here in East Palestine. So thanks, Mac, for that, bringing that up, because I got to go chase a dog after this. EB, chasing dogs, you want to talk about it. The Brownies might be in for, and you're not a Browns fan, you're a Cowboys fan, contrary to popular belief. Talk to me about how you see this one going tonight.
I think if it goes as a tie, like that's the most Cleveland Browns Cincinnati Bengal thing that you can do on a Thursday night football game where you guys kind of have the stage. So if a tie happens, I would not be shocked at all. Now, betting the line and everything, when's the last time that the Cleveland Browns were ever -6? Like
A couple of years ago when they went, I think they were playing the Bengals on, was it maybe Thursday night?
Last year they were
Against Pittsburgh, if I remember well.
a touchdown favorite.
Yeah.
So it's to me, it's one of those things. Like I've just been curious: is this going to be Baker's? If the Cleveland Browns don't win or they don't start to put something together, now I give them a little leeway because you have a rookie head coach. You didn't have a preseason to really work things out or stuff like that, but you also have pretty much the same offense and defense that you did from last year.
That's it.
So outside of the schemes,
It's dismantled by injuries right now, by the way, the defense.
But-
yeah.
okay, offensively though, I mean, it's always you have literally given Baker Mayfield the keys to the freaking Ferrari. More, hey, you have Odell, you have Chubb, you have Hunt, you have Hooper, you have Landry. Like outside of maybe Tom Brady's receiving core, like Baker Mayfield has the best one.
If you're playing Madden, this is the team you get because the Browns have weapons for sure.
So why can't they win? That's the question. What is it?
Baker
the one ball
stinks,
mentality?
the coach
They're
stinks,
incapable of
Cleveland
winning.
stinks.
You don't win.
So you're saying Baker can only play with Lincoln Riley to be successful? Like, because that's all it looks like. Because he was great in Oklahoma, came out, he had the fire. Now, dude, go make a commercial. You haven't done shit on the field. Like,
The only thing progressive about him, I made this joke in our group chat. The only thing progressive about Baker Mayfield has been his commercials for insurance, because he has not taken that step that Browns fans, Browns front office, as well as Browns coaching staff has wanted him to take. It's that simple. If anybody is still on the Baker Mayfield bus, if he loses tonight, that bus is empty. It's got to be.
Oh, you're going to free Case Keenum. That's what's going to happen.
You already started that.
I look,
Yes, I
at,
did.
I look at Joe Burrow, and they kind of both came in the league at the same time after a prolonged college career. Different paths, but Joe Burrow goes in and he wants to learn. You know, he gets picked off at training camp. He's talking to the DB like, dude, what'd you do? What'd you read? So he can get better. Baker's like, nah, dude, I'm good. Like I'm Baker Mayfield.
Who was the dude in front of Baker when he started in his rookie year? Who was that?
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor.
Listen, I watched Tyrod Taylor last week. He isn't too bad. He
No,
isn't too bad.
he got hurt though. That's why Baker came in a little early. And that
Yeah, he got hurt.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Was that a Monday night game or a Thursday night game?
Thursday night against the Jets.
Night against the Jets.
But Tyrod wasn't bad, and that's this
No,
is
he
what
wasn't.
this is what drives me nuts. Is how are people so bad in Cleveland and yet go on and have successful careers elsewhere, or start out having a successful career and then come to Cleveland? It doesn't.
Well, Cleveland is known for their backup quarterbacks. They love their backup quarterbacks, right?
Everybody
and
loves
then
a backup
that
quarterback.
they draft. So if you look at like this was a while ago. So you're looking at Derek Anderson, just took the team to 10-6, missed the playoffs that year because 11 wins got you in the wild card, which was a pretty tough year in the AFC. But you had Brady Quinn sitting the bench that entire year. So now it's like, well, what do? Derek Anderson just proved to you that he took a team to 10-6. It hasn't been done since '99. And then you insert Brady Quinn and they stink. This is like that same scenario where it's like that you should have left Tyrod in and let Baker truly sit that first year to kind of learn how the game's played. And he just has, and then you know, last year you didn't even have a backup quarterback to even learn from and just kind of throw stuff at the wall against, hey, you know, someone to look up to, admire a little bit to kind of show you the ropes. He just didn't get that. And Baker's too immature for anything else right now.
The Cleveland Browns, the best analogy I can come up with the Cleveland Browns is they are the organization where in high school how you have all the parents say, my kids should play, and the coach puts them in and they suck it up. Same thing with the Cleveland Browns. All the fans are like, put in Brady Quinn. The dude wasn't ready. Put in Baker Mayfield. Dude clearly isn't ready. So Cleveland, they listen to
so
than anyone else, and they're their own worst enemy. Like, dude, Aaron Rodgers said one, relax. Like, this stuff is a process. I don't care from whatever organizational point, whether it's high school, college, this and that, when you rebuild, in which they've been rebuilding for eternity now, because they don't give themselves a chance to rebuild. It's always, well, let's put in the new shiny thing just to see how the hell it goes. And it gets tarnished. And so here comes trade bait. You get, you know, pennies on the dollar for it. And it's a vicious cycle.
So my question becomes, if the Baker Mayfield project does not come to fruition tonight, if he doesn't go, because right now he's sitting where? He's sitting with 21 for 39, 189 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Burrow is 23 for 36, 193 yards and an interception, but he ran for a touchdown as well. Keep that in mind. If Burrow outshines Baker tonight, how long are they going to keep Case Keenum in the hot hand water?
I don't think that has anything to do with it. If Burrow plays better than Mayfield. I don't think that matters. What Baker's got to do tonight is just win the football game. Find ways to win, extend drives on third down, win those third and fours, and keep handing that ball off to that dual backfield. And then, but I really think with the trade deadline coming up soon, and a lot of trade rumors with Odell, I expect Odell to be force fed again tonight, which is never a good thing. They're going to try to boost his numbers to get some trade value because right now, what does one catch do for you? 2 catches do to you. You're not getting traded and getting anything in return for somebody who's not producing on the field.
What do you think they'll get back for Odell if he was on the market right now?
It's hard to say. I mean, Randy Moss went for a 3rd-round pick, and he was the greatest wide receiver in the league that year.
So you look at that and you go, okay, what are the Browns playing for? I hate to even bring it up that it's always, well, wait till next year. Wait till next year. They don't have. I mean, this is a window in Cleveland of this group of talent that you're not going to see this for the next 10, 20 years. Would you agree or disagree, Romo?
It's the best talent ever.
Yeah, I think what you were talking about earlier, I think how you were saying how people can't perform ever in Cleveland, I think there's a lot of pressure sitting on your shoulders because, I mean, Brown fans are always known for being so patient, but, like, it's starting to, like, become desperation because, I mean, you guys are way older than me. I know how frustrating it is, and I'm sure it's been way more frustrating for you guys. I mean, Baker's really on the hot seat right now, I think. Deep in the hot ham water, I'd say. Very deep. I think if Cincinnati's up by at least 2 scores at halftime, Case Keenum comes out in the 3rd quarter. If we don't score in the first half and Cincinnati's up by 2 scores, I think Case Keenum comes out in the 3rd quarter.
I don't think they'll do that to Baker at home. I think they'll do it to him on the road where he's not getting booed out of the stadium.
There's no one there.
Cincinnati's not going to be up by 2 scores. Let's stop that.
Is DeWine allowing fans there?
I think they're allowed sub, right?
6,000 are allowed to
That's
go.
good. Okay, I like that.
You ever have 6,000 people boo?
And on top of just everything going on tonight, just being nervous all day for this game, I don't know if any of you guys saw the injury list. So on top of Greedy Williams and Mac Wilson being out, Jarvis Landry, Jedrick Willis, Jack Conklin, J.C. Treader, Olivier Vernon, and Chris Hubbard are all questionable tonight. I heard Landry's going to play, but if any of them sit out, that's just...
Listen, the Bengals just got a lot more interesting because that's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, I popped up a little bit again.
What part of the Bengals stink? Show me.
Their offensive line stinks.
Okay.
Their defensive line is old, and they stink. They have no secondary. They have no linebacking core. They stink. They were the Browns like 5 years ago when they went 0-16.
I feel like you just described the Browns, though.
Yeah.
So this is the
Like,
battle.
They have no playmakers. AJ Green is old as dirt. Can't run. I don't know why you're doing this. AJ Green's old as dirt.
All right. Well, whenever he goes off on you tonight, you can talk about how old he is, and he's still scored 2 tutties on you.
He might score 2 touchdowns, but they'll never be up by 2 scores.
I guess we'll see. Like,
So
I
Billy,
don't.
in your mind, then, do both teams stink?
Yes, both stink. This is the toilet bowl for sure.
The Ohio toilet bowl.
That's why they put it on this first week for Thursday night football.
Browns always get the first Thursday night game, it feels like, because they just have to give them that primetime game so it's over with. And it's on NFL Network. It's not even like
There's no
television.
pickup this year. Usually it's on Fox or NBC.
Well, usually like the first week is on like NFL Network, and then they transition towards Fox, or I know they had it on NBC a couple of games, but I'm
They
pretty
all
sure
have
it's
to play
on
nice
just
in the sandbox.
NFL
That's how it
Network.
goes.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
excited to see how Burrow does, though. Honestly, from just a football fan perspective, obviously I hope the Browns win, but
Well, I hope so. You're a Browns fan.
well, yeah, and Burrow, I don't know, I have a weird feeling because technically I was supposed to watch him play in high school because I don't know if you guys know, but his senior year when he was at Athens, so Hubbard played St. Vincent St. Mary in the regional final, and we were up by 2 scores with it was like under 4 minutes left, and then St. V's scored, forced a 3-and-out, and then there was this weird situation with the punt, how Hubbard punted it, and the St. V's player picked the punt up and kind of like fell and fumbled or tossed the ball backwards, fumbled on purpose. All the Hubbard players thought the play was dead. St. V's guy, Pat Olivero, picked it up, ran it 60-something yards for a touchdown, and that's how we lost in the regional final.
You look like the Grinch in the bottom.
No, I know
And-
exactly what he's talking about. My buddy went to Hubbard. He told me
And
all
then
about it.
the winner, so if we would have kept that 2-possession lead, the next round we played Athens. The winner played Athens, so we would have played Joe Burrow in the next round. LJ Scott against Joe Burrow. Co-D3 players of the year, but typical Hubbard fashion, we choked when the stage got big.
Oh boy, listen. That's never a good thing. Joe Burrow he's a freak. I mean, he's in the NFL.
It would have been fun to watch.
So yeah, it would have been fun to watch, absolutely. But you look at Joe Burrow, and he made a splash last week. He did. He just did. He wants the ownership papers of his home state of Ohio. Baker Mayfield, just another game to him. This is Joe Burrow's first shot at the Cleveland Browns. It's his first shot of the Battle of Ohio, and he's got something in the game, and I think he's going to shine bright tonight. So I could be absolutely ass backwards, and I might have to answer for it tomorrow, but I'm taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals.
Is Cincinnati closer to his hometown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's closer to Southwest Ohio.
So do you think Joe Burrow remembers Baker planting the flag too? Because Joe would have been on Ohio State then.
I don't think anybody doesn't
He was.
remember Baker.
That's got to be a little like I know Joe finished up his career at LSU, but he's still an Ohio boy. He left Ohio State.
He's a graduate of Ohio State.
Yeah,
he graduated from here.
Like he was still praised at Ohio State. It just look, man, there's just no room for you at Ohio State at quarterback that year. So no one faults a dude for leaving. But you think he's hell yeah, I get to play Baker and my home state. Like the last time I got to play you planted a flag in the middle of my 50-yard line. So I'm gonna come up to you and I don't care what it is.
Joe Burrow,
Yeah,
I think he holds it a little bit tighter. I mean, when you're, we all know when you're from Ohio, it's your home. Baker doesn't have that. You know what I mean? What Brady Quinn was from Ohio and all that stuff, and he was supposed to be the guy, and obviously Roethlisberger and some of these great Ohio quarterbacks hold it personally accountable whenever they play teams from Ohio. Roethlisberger's come out and said it. Brady Quinn came out and said it. That he wanted to be the guy. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. And he was wearing the Browns colors. But I think Joe Burrow holds that. And EB, you might be right. I just got to think that he wants to be Ohio's boy. Like, when you look at it, admittedly, Roethlisberger's on his way out. It's hard for me to say that. So when he moves out, somebody's got to fill that void. And Ohio points to him. Like, listen, he won a national championship for LSU. And Ohio State fans were still pointing to him saying, that's our guy. That's our guy. That's not your guy. That's our guy. He's from Ohio. I don't think you're going to see it any different tonight. Browns fans, and I don't take this personally, Browns fans always find a way to find silver linings somewhere in a loss, right? It's always like, well, yeah, but J.K. Dobbins scored 2 touchdowns on us, and that's our guy. That's what I told you guys. That's what you would hear. And sure enough, that's what we heard the next day. It's
Not
going to be
Didn't hear it from me or Billy.
It's gonna be, yeah. Well, that's the stuff that comes out of your mouth, both of you, is completely different than any stuff that we hear from Logic. So
You're welcome.
take
That's
that
why
for
you
what
have
it's
us on the show.
That's true. It makes for a great show. But I will tell you, there will be people, if Cincinnati wins tonight, they will look and say, Joe Burrow's our guy. We should have tanked for Joe Burrow. We should
Hey, you know what the Browns should do?
move.
Move.
Yeah.
They should
Combine.
leave Cleveland.
I don't think they're allowed to move anymore.
They should just, or you know what? Then give the team ownership to the actual city. Change the colors. Quit being the stupid Browns, and we can actually have a team that can work in Cleveland.
Why do you think changing the colors?
Changing everything. Everybody's
Brown
got
and
to go.
orange doesn't win. It doesn't win anymore. Ever.
Quinn's got a
Anywhere.
That has
across the
nothing
bow
to
there,
do with where
DJ.
I'm currently at. I promise you. I'm speaking straight up from the NFL.
Yeah, just a Brown situation. They just don't win.
Sure.
They haven't been good since 1986. Get over
They
it.
were good late 80s, too.
They stink.
And the one good team they did have went to Baltimore and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Shut
that
up, Paul.
stings. That stings. Paul, welcome to the show, by the way. We're happy you're here. Sorry that
Talk about your Raiders in the last Super Bowl.
Yeah, that damn Tuck rule, too, got us.
damn Tom Brady.
I was arguing about that the other day with somebody.
You got worked by your own coach that you traded for a box of peanuts.
Yeah. And our center disappeared to Mexico, having
Yeah, he
some
did.
kind of, you know, mental breakdown that he had.
Here's what people don't. You talk about sports movies. Like, you guys had 2 sports movies come out about your two Cleveland franchises, the Indians and the Browns, with Draft Day.
And then great movies.
Great movies, yeah.
They're great movies.
Great movies.
However, that's the only time you're going to see your team compete, it looks like.
But the
The
great
Browns
thing
didn't
is,
even compete
you know,
in
the
that
only
movie,
reason
though.
they made those movies, is because the teams were stinking.
Yeah.
They were terrible.
I mean, let's be honest here. The whole thing about the Browns
Paul
was
said
the draft.
stinking. Like, we don't stink right now. We just have better talent in
The
Madden. We
Indians
just still
got better
stink.
after Major League, though. The Indians did get better after Major League, so it took them a while. So just wait. How long ago was draft day? Maybe you got to wait a little more for that
Oh,
to
we've been
catch
waiting
up.
40 years.
You've been waiting 40 years? How old are you?
I haven't, but the Browns in general have. I've been waiting 25 years.
I love that you're supporting the jersey that you hate the most with the ugly Browns jersey.
I was going to wear my Myles Garrett one, but I figured you'd hit me over the head with one of the helmets in here, so I didn't do it.
Is that how that worked last year? The Steelers guy hit him over the head, or
I was going to take it for the team on that one, but I chose not to. I wore Nico.
you're an idiot. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the rest of the games. Actually, real quick, let's go around. I'm taking Bengals. Mac.
Browns.
EB.
Going with the Bengals.
Muncie.
Who dey?
Romo.
Browns.
Quinn.
Browns.
All right. So
We
we're
got some
split
haters in the house today.
3-3. It'll be a fun group chat, at least, on YSN group chat. So we might even have, if we could find a chat room, like old school AOL chat room, that'd be fun to have everybody kind of chime in. Or we could do like we did for the NFL draft and just have everybody watch it and respond accordingly. So
Yeah, you don't. I don't want to be live watching the Browns.
No, neither do I.
I want you to be live watching the Browns.
No.
That's more for me
I'll
than it
trend
is
in
for
a
you.
bad spot.
We're on the internet, so maybe just let me know when you're going to swear, and I'll just hit the old beep button.
That's not how it works. It's impulse.
We'll be back. We're going to pick the rest of the games when we come back here on the YSN Power Hour. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms. It just tastes better.
And welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. Tried to get a second commercial in there. Obviously, it didn't work. So we are split on the Browns-Bengals tonight, 3-3. We move on to the Steelers and Broncos at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Weather's supposed to be pretty nice, 68 degrees. Players to watch, Roethlisberger, Benny Snell, who had a standout game, 19 carries, 113 yards in the first game. And for the Broncos, it's Noah Fant with 5 receptions and 81 yards with a tutty. Who's taking the Broncos? Who's taking the Steelers? I'm going with Steel City. Mac.
Who do the Steelers play?
Broncos.
Broncos.
I see what you did there. EB, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to the Broncos. Is this in Pittsburgh or in Denver?
Heinz Field.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go Broncos. Dude, for whatever reason, ever since Tebow, man, the Broncos have had the Steelers' numbers.
Over under is 40.5, and the line is Pittsburgh minus 7.5. So keep that in mind. Muncie.
The Burke.
Romo.
Broncos. Jerry Judy's gonna have a breakout game.
And Quinn.
These are like the two teams I hate the most, being a Browns fan. But I got to go with the team that's right down the street that way.
Like, you're going to pick the team?
That team down there.
Okay. So you got Denver. Giants and Bears. Giants 0-1, Bears 1-0. Spread is 5.5, minus 5.5 for Chicago. Over-under is 42. I'm going to go with the Bears. I didn't see enough from the Giants the other night. Mac, go ahead.
Bears.
EB.
Bears.
Bears.
Romo.
Bears.
Yeah, Bears.
The Bears.
Hold on.
AT&T Stadium. Can't do that. I got a cough. AT&T Stadium on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Falcons, Cowboys. Both teams 0-1. The line is Dallas minus 4. Over-under is 53. So they're expecting some offense in this one. I like the Falcons. I'm going to go with the Falcons. Give me the Falcons straight up. Mac. What?
Falcons. Matty Ice, baby.
Why did you do?
Coming
What was the
through.
Mr. Burns for?
Because that was for Jamie.
Okay. All right, EB. Yeah,
I think Max forgets I'm a Cowboys fan too, but I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
Attaboy. I told you, it's
You
a
don't really talk trash. Jamie
rarely
talks trash.
known fact that you're a Cowboys fan. Everybody pegs you for a Browns fan. Is that an insult?
Well, he's smart to not be a Browns fan, so there's that.
Muncie,
And
go ahead.
Great that he's not a Steeler fan.
Just based off our fantasy league, I got Cooper, so I got to go with the Cowboys.
Okay. Romo,
In honor of Jamie, I'm gonna say Cowboys in the blowout.
in honor of your uncle Tony, you should take the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
that's it. That's
Quinn.
it.
Yeah, Dallas.
And you guys don't think it's going to be close. So I think Falcons impressed me last week. Julio Jones, 9 receptions, 157 yards. Pretty good. Lions, Packers. Lions 0-1, blew that game. We saw the last play of the game, or second to last play of the game, and the Packers came out on offense looking really good. Weather's supposed to be good, 67 degrees. The line is Green Bay minus 6, over under 49. Keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers threw for 4 touchdowns. That's why I'm taking them. Packers all the way.
Green Bay?
It is at Green Bay, Lambeau Field. Mac.
Why would the temperature matter in a dome, Paul?
Listen, this game can be played in Newton Falls, and I'm still taking Aaron Rodgers and the points and the over.
Okay. EB?
I'm gonna go discount double check. Give me Roger.
Paul, go ahead.
Pack attack.
Anybody
Sorry,
not taking the
Bezos.
Packers?
I'm going with the Packers.
Quinn?
Yeah, Green Bay.
All right, 1 o'clock, Jaguars, Titans in the Nobody Cares Bowl. Although both teams 1-0. So it is indoor. Is it indoor? Nissan Stadium. It doesn't have a
No, it's
temperature.
Tennessee.
So why don't they have a temperature? I don't care. Tennessee minus 8.5. Over under is 44. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be the. I feel like I'm gonna be the lone wolf on this one. I'm taking the Jags just because I was impressed that they won the first week. Mac, go ahead.
I'm going to take the Jaguars too, basically just because Tannehill stinks. He's only better than Baker Mayfield. That's about it in the NFL starting quarterback. So and they're going to stack the box and say, hey, figure it out. 2-0 Jaguars.
2 tutties for Tannehill. Keep in mind, and Derrick Henry goes no touchdowns. EB.
I'm gonna go Titans.
Okay. Muncie.
Because I have Derrick Henry, I need him to have a good game, so I think he's going to break out at home and have a good game.
So you're just picking fantasy. I got you. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
you play chess? Billy, fantasy moves.
You're back to playing checkers again, Paul.
Yeah. King me.
Oh, he dropped a nickel on us. Romo, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Jaguars. Gardner Minshew.
Okay. Wow, I did not expect this. Quinn.
Titans.
So we go 3-3, right?
Yep.
Okay. Split on that one. Vikings Colts, 1:00. It at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, place that Quinn is very fond of, as well as some homeless folks. It's gonna be 72 degrees. Indianapolis -3, over under 48.5. I'm taking the Vikings because Phillip Rivers stinks. Mac
Why are you using my lines? These are my punchlines you're using. I don't like it.
stinks.
Yes.
That belongs to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Look it up. Google.
Well, I know it's not by Billy Mack LLC, so technically you don't own anything.
Ain't that a bit? Vikings.
EV.
I'm gonna go Colts.
All right.
Oh.
Muncie.
Purple people leaders.
Romo.
I'm gonna go Colts.
Quinn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Colts and the homeless guy that chased me. Expecting a big day rushing from him.
That's funny. Swidka chiming in. I'm just getting to the comments now. Tighten up, and we have watch your mouth, Billy McCartney. They own the Jags. Okay. And somebody's asking for the winners. I'm guessing that's of the Big Dogs of the Valley. That will be announced. What time is it? It's been
3:37.
So it'll be announced about 5:00 tonight. So just stay tuned for that. And we'll have the new Big Dogs of the Valley announced tomorrow before the games kick off. Back to the picks. Bills, Dolphins. There's not a whole lot of information on this one. Buffalo -5.5. Over under is 41. It's at Miami. I'm gonna take the Bills, but not by. I don't know. I don't like
The
it.
Bills. I'm taking the Bills too. Dolphins just aren't ready yet till Tua comes in.
When Tua comes in, it's a game changer for me. EB.
Yeah, I'm going the Bills. The Dolphins they have a lot of questions. It's not that they can't, like Billy said, they're just not right there yet. So definitely going the Bills.
Paulie.
Got to take the Bills. That's who I picked to win the division when we did the picks.
You don't have to. You pick whoever you want. It's a free country. Anthony Romo.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. I thought this even before the draft, and I still think it to this day the Browns should have took Josh Allen over Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
They could have took me over Baker. I've done a better job.
I ask any of my friends. I was saying the whole time I wish that the Browns would take Josh Allen number 1.
Well, we're going to do a little research. We're going to have to do a little research with your friends. But I think I would like to see Mac on the Browns sideline and see how he holds up against NFL defenders.
Take the ball, OBJ, you idiot! Trade him!
He'd be like the hefty lefty out there.
What was the picture of the punter from Georgia Tech? That would be basically what Mac would look like in a Brown uniform.
Just give me some steroids.
Can you imagine him in an NFL locker room? Like, just think about Mac in an NFL locker room. They give him the game ball.
The Browns are still dysfunctional as it is. What's the worst that can happen?
I would love it. I would love it. Somebody who out there can Photoshop Mac's face on Baker Mayfield's body needs to happen. We'll post it on YSN.
I'd go to a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
It's because everybody makes a Pro Bowl.
Quinn, did you pick
What game?
Bills, Dolphins?
Dolphins, just because I don't want to agree with Potesta ever.
49ers, Jets, both teams 0-1. I'm taking the 49ers in a landslide. It's San Francisco 7.5-point favorite.
Yeah, the Jets got to be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year, right?
Second worst team.
No, they're the worst.
I mean, I said one of, right? I did say one of. They got to be one of the worst teams. Yeah, 49ers. Big win.
Kate's going to be happy. EB.
The Niners.
Muncie.
Fran.
Niners.
I just want to know who can make an argument for the Jets. Like, honestly.
Better than the Niners?
Yeah, who can make an argument that the Jets can beat the Niners?
Gary Vaynerchuk. That's about it. That's where that stops.
Yeah. Gary V.
The LA Rams with the worst logo in the league, taking on a team which I think is one of the better logos in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly with a 1-point spread, 1-point line, and the over-under is at 46. It's being played in Philly. Now, guys, remember, when they do it in Vegas, the line is always, it's the home team gets 3 automatically. So really, when you look at this, the Rams are getting favored by 2 when it boils down to it. Now, naturally, it's minus 1 point, but I'm going to take the Eagles. I don't think they're as bad as they looked the other last week. Mac.
No, they're as bad. They have no offensive weapons, period. Miles Sanders, he may not even play again this week. So I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, if I'm Philadelphia, not only do I not think they're going to lose, but I find a way to trade for OBJ. Give Wentz someone to throw to. So not only am I making calls to Cleveland to pick up OBJ, but I'm making calls to figure out how the hell you stop Aaron Darnold, because it's not going to happen.
OBJ back in the NFC East. Can you imagine making plays against the Giants, the G-Man? I like it. I think that's the best fit for him, to be honest with you. Muncie.
I like the Rams.
Okay. Romo.
Rams.
Quinn.
Yeah, Rams.
Dynamite drop in. Panthers, Buccaneers. Tom Brady 0-1. Teddy Two Gloves 0-1. And Bridgewater has 22 for 34, 270 yards and a touchdown. Listen to this. Under players to watch, Tom Brady, MIA. So it's been a while since we've seen that. Tampa Bay favored by 8.5. Over-under is 47.5. Let's start reverse skate here. Quinn, who you got?
It's going to be closer than 8.5, by all means. Tampa Bay, though.
Romo?
Tampa Bay.
Muncie?
The Bay.
EB?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a 3 or 4 point game, but the expectations for Tampa Bay might have been a little too high, especially going in against the Saints last week. That's not the team that I want to open up with if I'm Tom Brady. I'm going to go Tampa Bay, but it's going to be closer than what people think.
Mac?
Listen, this team reminds me of the Miami Heat, and they're struggling to kind of figure out who needs the ball more and who doesn't, and what kind of offense we're going to have. Too many stars, not enough footballs. But you know who does get the football every play? McCaffrey. Go Panthers.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay. I think they figure it out this week. They're at home. They get a little bit more luxury, sleep in their own bed, all that stuff. Go Tampa Bay. So we'll see how it goes. Teddy Bridgewater didn't do too bad. I mean, you look at his stats. He only missed 12 throws and still had a tutty. But I got to believe that Tom Brady's going to figure it out this week. Not too many times in his illustrious career has he not figured it out from one week to the next. So we'll see. What's that?
This week.
The Washington football team plays at 4:05 against the Cardinals, who someone on this panel, I can't remember who it was, said they were going to be the sleeper team this year, and they came out with a big haymaker against the 49ers. And, hell, I'm going with them again. Let's go Cardinals with a 6.5 point favorite, over under 46.5. Give me the Cards and Larry Fitz. Mac.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take this bet, but definitely the Cardinals in this one.
EB.
Pains me to say this, being a Dallas fan, but I'm going to go Washington.
Ooh, what do you like about Washington right now?
I think Rivera just kind of has them in the right direction. I think Arizona's going to come in a little bit with a hangover too, especially after beating San Fran. And Washington they're a bunch of like misfit parts. There's nothing that really makes a lot of sense, but they have a lot of good young talent. So maybe a little bit chip on their shoulder. No one's really expecting. They're kind of playing with house money all year because everyone thinks they're going to be terrible. So why not? So I'll go with Washington.
Muncie, how do you feel about this one?
Where's the game at?
It is at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
Ooh. I wanted to pick the Redskins, but they got to travel all the way over there. Yeah, I mean, because that's the tough thing nobody's talked about is a lot of these teams, they are not allowed now to stay if they have a game on whichever coast it is. They have to go back home when the game's over. Even if like the next week they have a game that could be like you're in Philly and then you get to go to New England.
Like the Niners do, they stay here.
You gotta, they can't do that now. They have
Yes,
to.
they can. Yes, and yes, they are. The 49ers are staying around. They're staying in Virginia in a couple weeks.
I saw the thing they were talking the other day.
Hey, believe me when I tell you, I have reliable sources that say otherwise.
Okay. Well, the people on NFL must be much fired then. So, Arizona.
Romo.
Cardinals.
We go from that to one word. All right. Wait.
Yeah, Arizona.
Here's a dumb question. Didn't Arizona? Don't they have a stadium that rolls out the grass?
The grass rolls out into the sun.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's
But I mean,
absolutely.
and what's cool about it's a dome that's got grass field. Most domes don't have grass fields.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy to me how that works. How much technology? I know we talk about it as a tech company, but how much technology goes into sports nowadays is nuts. People don't even realize it. So
I always laughed. I was like, what would happen if just one roller somewhere breaks, and you're in like mid transition from the field going inside to outside?
Then you got some poor bastard that has to get under there and fix that roller. That's the way it works, man. Somebody's job depends on one of those rollers breaking. Otherwise, they wouldn't need anybody to fix things.
I'm sure it's one of those systems where like it can work without one of them or whatever.
By the way, if anybody knows how to fix a treadmill, I'm in the market for somebody to fix a treadmill. It's been out for about 7 months since the beginning of the
corrected. I've been corrected.
Yes, you have. By your lovely girlfriend, Kate Kelly. It is West Virginia.
Do you know how you fix that treadmill? You just go get a new one. Put it on the curb.
Oh, yeah.
I've been trying to get rid of this treadmill for years, and it worked. And I just don't. It's a Livestrong treadmill, so it is an antique. So
and those things are heavy as hell. I had to move one of those about a week ago.
Yes, sir.
Holy crap!
I slid it down into the basement.
How about Quinn's like, call Jeff? Yeah. See, when you hop on it, you get shot through the wall.
You need to get one of those those razor ones that fold up and go right underneath your bed that are like 10 pounds.
The next one I get I didn't know the difference between a fold up and there's actually ones that don't fold up. They're stationary. I thought every treadmill folded up, but I was wrong. Like one of those commercial ones that they have. That's the one I want. Because this
one of those ones like at the gym.
Yeah, because here, and this is completely side note, but if you've ever been on a treadmill, and I'm not that heavy, I'm 172 pounds, so like whenever I step down on it, it stops, and it drives me insane because I run on my tippy toes all the time, and it stops whenever I run, so I can't run on the treadmill, so I just condemned it. So my wife is not happy with me. She wants it fixed. Back to the picks. We have Chiefs and Chargers. Obviously, the Pat Mahomes show going on the road to Inglewood, California, to the brand new shiny stadium of the Los Angeles Chargers. The line is KC minus 8.5. Over/under is 47.5. Please give me Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll take them every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Mac.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs until they lose a game.
EB?
Yeah, I guess I have to listen to Hartwig for a week, so we'll go Chiefs.
Muncie?
Oh, yeah. Tomahawk chop.
Romo?
Chiefs.
Quinn?
Yeah, same.
425 Ravens Texans. This one it's a little bit of intrigue in down in Houston because I think the Texans, as bad as they looked against the Chiefs, are going to take it to the Ravens off an emotional victory against the Browns. Give me the Texans. I'll take them. Mac.
No. Ravens.
EV.
Hold on, what's the game?
Ravens Texans.
I think this is an interesting one because I think the Texans can win. Is it at Houston or is it in Baltimore?
Houston.
Texans.
Over/under is 50, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Texans.
Mutz?
Yeah, I like the Texans in this too. I like the home team.
Romo?
Ravens. Too much Lamar Jackson.
Quinn?
Baltimore. It won't even be close.
Really? Well, that could be interesting later on. Patriots 8:20 game on NBC, taking on the Seahawks. Maybe one of the most interesting games of the day. I'm thinking not. I'm thinking Seahawks by a lot. Mac.
Listen, this is one of those Bill Belichick figures it out, stops their defense. Yep, I'm going Patriots.
Oh, EB.
I gotta go Seahawks.
How does Quinn usually say? Seahawks by 100? That's what I'm hanging on this one. Muncie.
Games at Seattle?
In Seattle.
Oh, yeah. That's a mean place to play, man. My buddy lives out there.
Road teams win every once in a while.
There's also no fans to
Not
this
often.
point, so keep that in mind.
Yeah,
But there's gonna be smoke.
They still are gonna pump in a bunch of crazy crowd noise for that.
Paul, every question is like, Paul's like, where are they at? Oh, I'm taking the home team.
Now, I'm taking the home team on all of them, but it makes a difference when you're at home. Like DJ said, you get to sleep in your own bed. You're not in like some, hotel. So
You don't have to pass through TSA.
exactly.
All right, Romo, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Shut up, Billy.
I thought you were gonna yell at Romo. I was like, whoa.
No, he's just got that shit-eating grin up there. He's just smiling. Shut up, Billy.
Romo did some decorating behind him now too. What do you got back there, Romo?
Well, no, this is actually like where
That's
I
the
am.
feeling, Romo, behind
My
you.
mom, like she has an online business and she used to film like YouTube videos. So I don't know if you can see, like she has it all decorated.
Oh wow!
And
No.
I have a ring light.
Oh,
That's
listen.
her ring light that I'm using. So, and these are just
We're dealing
like
with
just
a
for the
professional.
decoration. It's the best. It's a great setup.
We're dealing
Better
with a
than my room,
professional.
at least.
Look at Billy's. He's laying himself.
Hey.
I got a ring light too.
This is the only ring light I have, reflecting off of it. And Quinn, that's about as good as our studio's going to get back in the back. Quinn, showing off our inventory of everything we have. Thanks for that, by the way. We try to get that off screen, and you plant yourself right in the middle of it. All right,
You grab me a shirt, man.
Patriots,
I
Seahawks.
took them all. Sorry. Seahawks.
All right, and the final game of the docket, Saints Raiders, 8:15 Monday night from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. New Orleans giving 6, over under 49. Paul, why don't you just start us?
I would like to pick the Raiders, so I will.
Oh, I teed it up.
I know. Home game. Hey, Billy, it's a home game. And it's the first game in that brand new stadium.
The
And
Death Star.
I know there'll be no fans there, but they're going to be amped up, and that stadium is unbelievable out there. It is awesome. But no fans. That sucks.
Romo.
That's all right.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
What the hell was that?
Wasn't my
was that?
background.
The slow pause.
No, the people. Somebody said something in the background.
Oh,
I thought they said
probably my
Dagobah.
kids, but they're on
That could be
computers
it.
over here. So
Quinn, let's go to you.
Yeah, I'll go with my line. Saints by 100.
Okay, EB,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Saints.
Mac,
Where are they playing at?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay, so let me carry it. Saints by 20.
Whoo! I will also take. Psych! I'm taking the Raiders. Let's go. Let's go.
Right,
New
just win,
stadium.
baby.
New stadium. I want to see it. Here's a crazy
Oh, you're going to
question.
see it. You're going to see it. Drew Brees, touchdown. Drew Brees, touchdown. Kamara, touchdown.
We'll see. I guess.
Breeze airs it out and the Raiders punt. You're going to see a lot of the stadium.
Would you rather, if you were starting a franchise, have the Raiders' new stadium or the Los Angeles new stadium?
Well,
Raiders.
We haven't seen the Raiders stadium yet. So
Well, we've seen it. We just haven't watched it in action.
yeah,
Where's it
That's
going to be
not
That's
located?
pretty awesome,
On Monday.
to be honest.
for Tuesday.
What?
Where's it going to be located?
In Las Vegas or Los Angeles?
It's right on the
You said
strip.
I'm starting a franchise. Where am I
What,
starting?
you think we were going to put it in Lisbon?
I don't know. I thought
Right next to Mary's, man.
Why not?
There's a spot right next to Juvie that we planted out just for Raider Stadium.
Well, then I'm going to take the Raiders stadium.
Where would you want to start a franchise, Quinn? That's an even better question.
Montana. Why not?
Because there's nobody that lives there.
Exactly. Take the Browns to Montana.
Quinn would be a great owner because he wouldn't care how many people were in the stadium. He
Yeah, he
just
doesn't
care
care
that
about
he's
money.
Why would I care about that? I'm getting the TV contract. Who cares who comes to the game?
And that's what the Browns owners do.
Exactly.
schmoes. Just
And the
schmoes.
Pirates.
I would
And the
take like
Pittsburgh Pirates
I
owners.
can't. Though that's the only two stadiums I can't pick between. Like when you look at Heinz Field or what do they call First Energy? I would take Heinz Field just because of the backdrop. You look at all these other these two stadiums are so unique and so
They're awesome.
yeah. Like I thought that was it Atlanta the Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the newest and greatest,
Incredible.
and it was awesome because that's the one that opens up, right?
It's like a big butthole. It just opens up.
Well,
No, that's
even
Stadium.
even in
Stadium opens up
Phoenix,
in a big butthole.
even the Phoenix Stadium is great too, man.
It
Yeah.
is. I mean, we just talked about it rolling out, but you look at. I mean, the Raiders Stadium is completely blacked out, is it not? Like it's all, like
It's
all
got-
the
it's got
windows
like a
are
row of
tinted. And,
windows. The one row of windows goes completely around the stadium, but everything else is like a big shiny black. And I mean, hey, watching that game last week with Los Angeles, I mean, a $5 billion stadium. I mean, that's just insane with that jumbotron that goes all the way around the field. So
So
Like,
when's Paul going to a game?
what's that?
what's that?
When is Paul going to a game? I mean,
Las
obviously he can't
Vegas?
go this year.
When they get a chance, my buddy and I have already said we're going, and my wife
Yeah.
said, "Go ahead, you can go." So I
Cool.
was like, all right, but they come to Cleveland this year, so I might have to wait too long to see them kick their ass. Week
Yeah, you
8, I
can-
think it is.
Go hang out in the giant butthole, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's not what
So
No.
all right,
I
that's
just feel bad on a note though for the Los Angeles Stadium. I feel bad for the Chargers because they're basically the renters of that stadium. So when you look in the end zones, it says Rams. They're not changing that because that's actually sewn in. They're going to change just the logo on the center of the field because that's just painted on. And I said, they painted on a turf field. As long as I'm home before 2, it's right.
it's a long
Hey,
ride.
She didn't say what home though. You know, if I'm back,
Are the Chargers going to finally get a stadium? I mean, that was the whole point of them leaving.
Well,
San Diego.
they never bought in, correct?
No, I was reading about it because it's real weird. Like the Rams guy put up the bulk of the money, and then they got a ton of money from the public and everything like that. But then when the Rams are at home, they keep all the money. When the Chargers are at home, they keep
split
all
it.
the money.
Oh,
But then when something non-NFL comes there, so like a concert,
Charger.
the Rams owner gets all that money.
the Rams owner does.
The
Interesting.
Rams owner does.
They left San Diego because their stadium was falling apart and they wanted a new stadium. So now they come here and they're not even going to get their own stadium.
Because they wouldn't go all in. They had the option to go all in to Los
Yeah.
Angeles, and they just kind of lingered and said, "Well, if you build us a stadium, we'll stay." But Los Angeles built the stadium, and they leased it out like what's the one in New York that they lease out? MetLife.
For the Giants and the Jets play.
Yeah,
MetLife, yeah.
so they leased it out like that, but both of those teams have equal representation. So like what Paul's talking about is somebody went all in on that being the Rams owner, and the Chargers front office didn't. They just kind of lingered because they thought that they'd be able to get their own stadium in San Diego, and they told them to kick rocks.
Yeah, I think it's weird when a city splits has two different teams.
Yeah, and they said the only thing that'll change, like I said, is the logo in the center of the field. They're going to take the paint off that Rams. They're going to put a Charge logo there, but just for the week that they're home, obviously. And then they said signage around the stadium outside will say Chargers
Because it'll all be digital.
Yeah, but the end zones, from what I understood, will still say Rams.
See, that
because
doesn't make
it's-
sense
it's
because
sewn into the carpet.
so I'm wondering if they just do an NFL one, like a generic. Because
Maybe
well,
cover it. I don't
part
know.
of the agreement, I don't know if you caught on to this, but the Chargers have 4 uniforms, right? One of them is navy blue, the other one is powder blue, and the other one is royal blue, which coincidentally is the same color as the Rams. So that's why I think you have that because they have an NFL shield in the middle of MetLife Stadium,
Yes,
and then they change out the end zones.
Yeah, and they talked about that they said, unlike New York, the center logo will change, And I was like, and then my thing was this: I was like, you painted on a brand new field, and you have to take it off every week. That's just stupid.
You'd think that they would just stitch, you know what I mean? Like just pull off the end zone, like just roll up the end zone, roll another one down. I don't know. I've never done it. It looks cool. I'm excited. I would really like to see the new YSU field. That ain't happening until the spring. So,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, but we're going to get to our G. Burby Farms What's Your Beef? And we got 6 candidates to all go around the room here. And if this is your first time with G. Burby Farms What's Your Beef? We get to talk about one category, sometimes two if we're pissed off enough, about one thing that kind of gets our goat each and every day. Not that there's goat meat on Burbick Farms, but maybe there should be. Let's have G. Burbick Farms, his family's farm, your family's freezer. Quinn, start us off.
I don't have anything today. I'm saving it for tomorrow because I'm sure I'm going to have a ton tomorrow. I got nothing today. I'm great.
Romo, pick us up.
Honestly, I guess my beef is with Jimmy Haslam for not selling the Browns to someone that can actually control them well.
Good enough. I'll take it. Muncie?
My beef is with people who can't make decisions. You say you're going to do something this way, and then halfway through, or not even halfway through, sometimes you're like, well, now I want to change and I want to go this way. It's like, make a decision, stick with it, own it, and say, this is what we're going to do. I don't care what anybody else says. Everybody else be damned. Do it. But instead, you just flip-flop and you're wishy-washy, and it's a bunch of crap.
EB.
Oh, are you talking about your wife? Because that's what I heard. Like, I heard marriage. Oh, and that little beef.
Marriage?
Backtrack.
I didn't say anything about marriage.
That's just inability to make decisions. Sounded like you're talking about a woman. My fault.
Well, there is our derogatory comment of the day, brought to you by the YSN Power Hour.
I'm joking. No.
We'll be at Sesame Burger at 5 o'clock if you want to contend that. EB, go ahead.
No, all jokes aside, my beef is with the NCAA Division I still putting locks down on recruiting. They're still not allowed to recruit, which doesn't make sense to me because basketball can start November 25th, but kids can't visit campus and coaches can't visit kids. So to me, that just doesn't make sense. I get it. I thought the NCAA is supposed to be all about the kids and what's best for them, and here we are again, still not doing what's best for the kids.
Mac, go ahead.
My beef is when you put fake news on Facebook and then you call it a reliable source.
Short and to the point. My beef is going to be with, there's an ordinance in our town that you are not allowed to put up a front fence in your front yard. You can't do it. You're just not allowed. You're not able. Today, again, in trying to get the girls shuffled into the house after taking them to school, one of them opened the door, the dog came flying out, and since about noon, my dog has been roaming the streets of East Palestine somewhere, so all because I can't put a damn fence up. I bought the house. I understand that there's no HOA, anything like that. You're going to have ordinances. Why can I not put a fence up in my yard to protect not just my family, but other people's family? Because we all know that if this dog, which I love very much, his name is Toby, if you're out there and you see a brown and white boxer pit bull roaming around the streets, if he happens to bite somebody, Toby's no longer a member of our family. So hopefully that some of this stuff can be incurred. If you have rules, I understand them. I'm not a rule breaker. However, sometimes they need to be bent for specific reasons. So that's my G. Burbick Farms. Also, my daughter needs to not open up the door while the garage door is
DJ, don't worry. When that 10 o'clock horn goes off, he'll know it's time to come home.
You son of a bitch.
I thought this was America.
We've seen him like 7 times. Like, I've tried to go back and get him, but like, he's not that dog that comes to you. He runs away, runs the other way. He's not a scary dog. He's not a mean dog. He looks like a pit bull, and that's all I'm worried about is, you know, the fear of people in pit bulls, that they're all nasty dogs, and if you try to grab him, he's probably gonna nip you. So I'm gonna leave here, go try to find my dog, and other than that, that's going to do it for our show. So if you see the dog running around, just say, hey, Toby, come here. Give him a snack or something. My wife would love it if you gave him chocolate, I think, and just finish him off, take him to the farm. Because
Dark chocolate.
He's been a
Dark
headache.
chocolate.
He's been a headache. So no, all jokes aside, appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you coming in, Paul. It was a nice surprise after you told us out. So thank you very much for being a part. That'll do it.
Today.
What?
It was a quick meeting today.
It was a quick meeting. Quick meetings are good. That's going to do it. We'll be back with Browns coverage tomorrow, and we will pick all of the games on YSN. Paul will have them listed for us on his notepad. We'll check them off one at a time, and bingo, bango, bongo. We will look at the standings as they are through 3 weeks. Tomorrow, 3 to 4, right here on the YSN Power Hour. See you later.